Good evening. Welcome on into the evening edition of From Day One. Tonight, we have an individual who wants to know why he has to go into court.
Smoking in court. I see you're still keeping it classy, Josh. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be covering a true human trash bag that we're pretty much all familiar with. Broken system, broken tooth. I mean trust. Now by the end of this video, you may notice that I have a personal disdain for this jackass. And that's primarily because on a panel of one of my best friends and favorite channels to watch, Troll Mafia Official, he once said that CPS should take my 20-year-old son away from me because a winter storm knocked out my power for a few days. Josh, not sure if you're going to understand this, but CPS doesn't normally take 20-year-old children out of their parents' homes. Now you can find this video in its entirety and without my dental commentary on another close friend of mine's channel, Shiz Happens. I highly suggest you head over there, watch the whole thing, and sub to her as well. A link will be in the description. So let's begin.
In the matter of People versus Joshua Lanto. Mr. Lanto, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Counselor, you want to put your appearance on record?
Looks like Mr. Cooch left the room, Judge.
Is he anywhere to be seen?
What? This is what he's, yeah, he came out and went back in.
All right, they're tracking down broken system, broken asshole. Let me fast forward until we find him.
Okay. Mr. Greco, it's been indicated to me that somebody wants a 30-day adjournment on Mr. Lanto's case for discovery. Is that right?
I wasn't, that's fine with me, Judge, if that's what the request is.
Well, quick objection. The request was, why don't we just drop this right now?
Okay, Mr. Lanto, you understand that you're the one requesting that you be given 30 days to get discovery.
I'm sorry, Judge, but this softtard doesn't have enough molars in his head to understand something as complicated as a request for discovery, or the fact that him and his attorney have already requested it.
It's not the
Well, the first thing I
prosecutor.
want.
You want a
the first thing I'd
trial
request-
today? You want a trial today?
Well, I mean, I'd even be willing to, sign a guilty plea today if the court can just produce the factual evidence of jurisdiction. It should be in my file somewhere. You know, I was asking for the same thing up in the Clarkston courthouse, and they send me to the Oakland County Jail.
Mr. Lanto, I'm not gonna produce anything. I don't have to. I'm the judge. And as far as I know, the prosecutor can only produce what he wants to produce to convict. So we're not doing that. Your attorney's asked for 30 days. Do you want the 30 days or do you want to go to trial today?
Well, he'd like the Tooth Fairy to stop showing up unexpectedly, but I guess he'll settle for a 30-day extension for discovery.
Well, let's see what the discovery evidence has to say. But first, you know, if they could, the very first thing out of there, they could send the factual evidence of jurisdiction. That would be great. It should be a one-page document. If the prosecutor filed it, fantastic.
Mr. Lanto, you're talking crazy. I would suggest that you listen to your attorney. Okay, I'm going to adjourn this matter on his motion for 30 days.
Did you just
say?
Can you?
I'm send this to the assignment clerk, Mr. Lanto. You're not listening.
Well, according to him, you don't have jurisdiction and you're not offering him any liquefied crayons to eat. So why would he listen to anything you have to say?
See, that's why you get in trouble, because you like to talk and you think you know it all and you don't listen. I'm going to adjourn your case for 30 days. I'm going to send the matter down to the assignment clerk. She'll send out a notice. Hopefully your attorney will have the discovery that he wants by then, and we can handle your case. Okay?
Well, have you kind of calmed down a little bit?
What did he say? No. You're all set.
It seems like you were getting angry. It seems like you were getting angry.
No, Mr. Lanto, you can leave the meeting. We'll see you in 30 days or so. Clerk will send you a notice.
Well, I just want the record to show I've asked these same questions in several courts and nobody has said I'm talking crazy.
Well, you know how Einstein defines insanity. It's asking the same questions over and over and expecting a new set of incisors as an answer.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time somebody said I've been anything but reasonable in a courtroom.
Huh. That's amazing.
Huh, right.
You're talking like you know all about the law, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, then let me ask a few questions for clarification.
You don't need to ask any questions. We'll deal with it in 30 days, Mr. Lanto.
Wait, we can't ask simple logical questions today?
Ask your attorney when you see him.
Like I said, I'd be willing to sign the guilty plea and just, be done with this if I just see the factual evidence of jurisdiction, number one. And then number two,
asking for discovery.
Okay, and then the proof of jurisdiction is going to be in there? Is that, I'm asking a simple logical question. It's either yes or no. The proof is going to be in there or not. It's very simple. It's very logical, actually.
Well, let's see.
Mr. Lanto, I think maybe you ought to come into court in person next time, and your attorney will be here in person, and we can talk about it. So when you get that letter,
well,
can I put on there that he's in person? I'm going to indicate to the assignment clerk that I want you here in person. You know where the courthouse is?
Well, I feel like I'd be in danger if I came there. I'd be in danger.
Then maybe you should have shut the gaps in your mouth, because the only reason the judge is requesting you to come in person is so that he can deal with your contemptuous behavior during your next court appearance.
No, you won't be in any danger. I'll assign a policeman to watch over you.
That's the scariest thing.
But you watch over him when he comes.
Absolutely.
That is the scariest thing I could ever hear. And that's coming from a very reasonable person.
Reasonable person? By whose standards? Webster's, Oxford's, or Colgate's? In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you don't have the dental fortitude to redefine the phrase reasonable person.
Okay, we'll see you in person in about 30 days, whatever date the assignment clerk gives you. And you come into court and we'll take care of business, okay?
So what does it mean to take care of business and I gotta come in person and you're gonna assign a police officer to me and then you said I'm talking crazy?
No, you got it
Did I
reversed.
just recall what was said on the record? Did I just recall that correctly?
Yeah, that would be a no.
You said no, you said it in reverse. I said first that you're talking some crazy talk. Then I said, I'm gonna adjourn it for 30 days. And then I said, because you're worried about it, that I'd have an officer watch over you while you're in court. We'll see you in 30 days.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Like I said in the beginning, I can't stand this stick flute. So you know I'll be back in 30 days to react to the only person I know that can lick a window without opening his mouth. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below.
Listen, Team Skeptic is probably on our side, to be honest with you. He's for law and order.
Yeah, about that. Well, maybe this video will clear any confusion. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we have an interesting one, as we have a freeman of the land in the UK running the United States sovereign citizen script with highly predictable results. So let's begin.
Could you identify yourself, please?
Sorry?
Could you identify yourself?
Yeah, PC Brown, Metropolitan Police Service, 3152 Tango.
Thank you.
Hello, brother. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, fine. 3079 Northwest. Yeah.
Thank you.
2921 Northwest.
Thank you.
Of course, you've got LED.
Indicators, that's cool. Yeah. Could you take your mask off, please, and identify yourself?
No, I'm sick. I'm not taking my mask off.
Okay. You're going to identify yourself?
I don't have to. You can see the shoulder numbers.
Sorry?
You can see the shoulder numbers. Anyway, this isn't road legal.
Yeah, the reason why you've been stopped is because you're riding a mechanically propelled vehicle on a public road, alright? You're not displaying licence plates. And clearly that's not, you've not got insurance to ride that on the road, and that's why we've stopped you, okay? Do you have your driving licence on you, and do you have proof of insurance if you have indeed insured it?
Why do I need any of that?
Because that's a mechanically propelled vehicle and you were riding it on the public highway, so that's why you need it.
That's not a reason.
Yes it is, I can stop you under section 165 of the Road Traffic Act.
No, I'm free to travel. I have my right to travel uninhibited by anybody, and it's even said so in my passport.
Yup, the American SovSit virus has officially spread to the UK, because this is literally the same exact stupid argument that the American Sovtards use. A passport is used for international travel, not domestic. And it doesn't matter if you're an Englishman or an American, you don't need a passport to travel freely within the borders of your country. And even if you do have a passport, you still need a driver's license to do so freely in a motorized vehicle.
Right, so you are riding, okay, a mechanically propelled vehicle on a public highway, okay? You don't have any license plates displayed, you don't have any L plates displayed, okay? I can stop you on the public road and I can request your driving licence. If you do not produce your driving licence, okay,
am I a man?
I can and I will arrest you.
Am I a man?
Sorry?
Am I a man?
Are you what?
A man.
I don't know, do you identify as a man?
Yes. Do I look like a man?
Well, that's up to you, sir, okay? If you identify as a man, you identify as a man. I'm asking for your driving licence, sir.
It's your perception that counts in this
Do
case.
not make me pull the Mad TV deal.
No,
Like,
by my perception, you
look
are
like
not
a
man. You are a petulant toddler with a paint chip addiction.
The codes that you are purporting to practice, does it refer to, apply to a man or a person?
I don't get what do you mean by does it apply to man or person?
Do you know what a person is?
Do I know what is?
A person is.
A person is. Well, I would identify a person as a human being, like myself.
No, that's not a person.
All right, so besides the point, do you have your driving license on you?
It doesn't apply to me. I'm not a person.
Hey, troglodytes are persons too.
Sir, do you have a driving license?
Why would I have something that I don't need?
Sir, okay, I'm trying to be reasonable with you. Hand over your driving license. We can check, okay, that you've got a driving license, you've got insurance, and then we can be on your way. All right. If you don't do that, then we have to escalate things and take it further by arresting you and taking you into custody. I don't want to do that.
If you touch my private property, or me, I'll be taking actions for redress, for correction, for interfering with something that you have nothing to do with. This is strictly private property.
No.
Now, you'd have an argument if your private property was on your private property. But once you started driving on the public roadways, you subjected your private property to public rules and regulations, as well as the consequences for not following them.
And I'm conducting my private business.
That's a mechanically propelled vehicle.
I didn't
and under the
invite-
Road Traffic Act, you're riding on a public highway. You need to be fully insured. You need a driving licence. All right. If you don't have those things, you're committing offences that have to be dealt with. So I am asking you, all right, do you have a driving licence?
I don't need any of those to travel.
No, you do need a driving licence.
I don't need a driving licence to
That's a
travel.
mechanically propelled vehicle on a public road. Okay, you need a driving licence. Okay, whether you like it or not, you need one. Okay?
There's no like
We
or
police
dislike
by
that
consent,
comes
and that
into
is
it.
general consensus. It's not your individual consent. It's
I have
general
not,
consensus.
and I haven't consented.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Consentence.
All contract need the contracting party's signature of consent.
Right, have you got your
and they
driving
must
licence?
have full cognitive comprehension of what they're signing to.
Trying to incorrectly apply contract law in the UK is just as ineffective as trying to apply the UCC in America.
Where is the contract that you're purporting that I've broken and you're now making a claim?
Do
Where
you
is
have a
it?
driving licence?
Where is the contract?
Do you have a driving licence?
Where is the contract?
Sir, I'll ask you one more time before I arrest you for committing offences.
You are a
under the Road
company
Traffic Act.
that is trading for profit, registered with Dun and Bradstreet, and companies as just like McDonald's, Kentucky, or Asda.
Well,
What
I'm not
right?
Asda and I'm not KFC
Right, so,
and I'm
yeah,
not McDonald's.
because
Okay?
you've got your own unique company registration number, and I've served papers to your chief superintendent informing him of my position, that I'm a traveller and you lot should interfere with my private travel.
Do you have a driving licence?
I guess you didn't get the memo.
Do you have a driving licence?
Now interfere with my property, and it's going in here that you interfere with my property, you are conditionally accepting for me to sue each and every one of you for my private property.
Why is explaining? Do you understand why he explains, yeah?
I don't understand anything the police put forward, but I'm telling you, that's my private property and it's got nothing to do with any of them. You can make your claim and do what you want, bring out your buttons and your truncheon, but at the end, when it goes to court, it's my property.
Yeah, fair enough.
They have no interest in it, or the use, or the intent that I intend to use it for.
The point that my colleague is making is that this is a mechanical proper device, yeah?
I don't care what you want to call it, this is my private property.
Yes, fair enough, we know that. But to drive this kind of...
I'm not driving,
To ride...
I'm not riding, I'm traveling.
Yes, you're traveling, of course, but you're using the highway. And you need to be licensed.
It's my highway to use. It's my highway to use.
No, it is not your highway. You did not build that highway, and you do not have free reign over who, how, and when that highway is being used. Not to mention, your entire argument falls apart when you replace your tiny little motorcycle with a biplane. I mean, I didn't contract with the government to only use the public roadways for cars, so why should I not be able to put the entire public in danger by using the highway as a landing strip? You see, there are rules and regulations for a reason, and you're currently dealing with the consequences of not following them, whether you signed a contract or not.
Regulation for that.
No, the people who give the regulation, I give them authority. Oh, they can use it. Not them come and tell me. You've got it the wrong way around.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen what you're talking about. But the fact of the matter is that the law says that when you
It's not a law, it's codes, it's practices. Only God made law, and law are infallible, you can't change them. The laws of nature, you can't change that. What goes up must come down. But you now, you can make your local rules and regulation, which can be changed at any time. That's not a law, that's a code. If you're going to Kentucky, they've got their local rules and regulation. You're going to McDonald's, you as another organization, you've got your, I'm not a member of your organization. I've never signed up to your organization. Anything you purport to do, it's got nothing to do with me unless I invite you.
Yeah, but we here to police the country and London more precisely, and it says, our regulation says, to be using the road, and when you're using a mechanical propelled vehicle, you need to be licensed.
No, not me. A person needs to be licensed. A person is a corporation.
So what are you?
I'm a man created by God. The only authority above me is God.
And that's nice of you to bring that up, because while I'm not really a religious man, I do love answering this question with a little bit of heavenly irony. Romans 13:1 basically says that you should obey the law of the land because any government that is installed in that land is only done so by the grace of God. So defying the government is tantamount to defying God himself.
Made by God, you cannot be the same thing.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've read and I understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, you know, make things easy. That's the law.
Listen.
That's the law. Do you have a driver's license?
Listen, I've got no driving license to give you.
Okay.
I've got no insurance to give you. I don't need them. I'm a private traveler. I take responsibility for my action. If I cause any harm, injury or loss, and it's reported, and I'm responsible, I'll take care of it. Now, has anyone reported my causing them harm, injury or loss since this morning?
I do not know.
Okay, has anyone indicated that I've caused any problems?
No, I don't
So
know.
why are you interfering with my travel?
Because we have certain laws and directives to follow, and that's why we stop you.
Which applies to persons. You look in all your codes, it never says a man or a woman. It's always a person this and a person that. And I've served papers and all your officials to let them know I'm not a person, I'm a living man.
What reply did you get from these people?
They consented that I'm a living man.
Okay.
And I've got the paperwork in my house to prove it.
Do you have it downloaded on your phone or something?
It's not downloaded, it's files that I've sent out to all these people and to the chief inspectors and the police and the courts, the treasury, the Queen, the DVLA, all of them I've sent these paperwork.
And what have they said?
They've consented that they've got no authority in my travel.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure the last thing the Queen did on her deathbed was acknowledge your right to not have to follow the same laws as everyone else in your country follows.
Please, Birmingham City Council, I've got communication of them. I'm in communication with London Police, and I'm in communication with the Metropolitan Borough Police as well. I've sent them information, they've replied to me, and I've got it in my files back at my place. You've got no right to be interfered with my travel.
Yeah, have
now,
you been stopped before?
yes, and I've been travelling without it.
And what did they say? What the officers?
Oh, we'll let you go this time, but next time we'll have you. There's no next time. Either I'm right or I'm wrong. And because I'm right and I've got no authority to interfere with my private property and my use of it, they make an excuse and they leave. That's it. So you decide whether you want to invite trouble on yourself for me to sue not just all of you personally, but your chief commander for him not instructing you not to interfere with my right to travel. So it's up to you. Let me go on my way, or press your charges and do what you want, steal my property, take me away like they used to do in slavery, but today you're not going to get away with it, or you're going to let me go freely on my way to continue my travel.
Playing the fuck around and find out game in the UK is much different than it is in the US. We in the US have a tendency to take your car, put it in storage, and then release it to you when you finally have enough money to get it back. In the UK, however, they do it a bit differently. They just smash your shit in a compactor and you can buy yourself a new one when you can learn to follow the rules.
It is police.
No.
Came from slavery when they used to run down the slaves that and bring them back. You are here on a corporate trip to suppress men and women and steal money from them on the guise of there's a regulation. And who made your regulation? What's it got to do with me? You can make as much as you want. I ain't paying a penny. Police is imagine you are there supposed to be looking after the people, but yet you're profit-making organ. Or do you make profits? What do you do to make profits? This, you stop innocent people and steal from them. Under the guise of somebody wrote some regulation that has got nothing to do with me.
It has to do with you the moment you took your private property into the public domain.
And you agree to deal with us at the roadside, where we prosecute you for riding otherwise in accordance with licence, not insurance, alright, or we arrest you and we deal with it in custody at Wembley Police Station. And that means you get into a cell, sitting there until we're ready to interview and all that sort of stuff. The choice is yours, alright? Unfortunately, you can sit and say you're a free man, all the rest of it, whatever you want to say, but that's not going to get you out of this situation. Sir, are you going to produce your driving licence or are you not?
Are you going to answer my question?
I'm not answering your questions anymore.
You're my servant. You're supposed
no,
to answer my
servant.
question.
I'm far from your servant.
Are you not public servants?
I'm not your servant, okay? I'm not.
You're not a public servant? I didn't say personal. You are my public servant to keep the peace.
Right, are you going to produce your driving licence or not?
I got no driving licence to give you.
Do you need any of the keys off of you?
Yes, I need all of them.
Which ones would you like to take?
All of them.
Do you want me to just take the bike keys?
No, I don't want to take any.
Sorry?
I don't want you to take any.
Not allowed to take any?
No.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to.
So you're going to steal my property without my permission. I'm recording it, by the way.
Well, that's alright, I'm not stealing anything. I'm taking the keys so that we can...
You're denying me the use of my property, that's theft. You've thought about it and you decided to do it anyway, that's theft. And there's me without my property and the use of. Theft. Quite right, and they're at home. You want to arrest those as well?
Do you want those keys?
Arrest an inanimate object.
Well, he's doing it, isn't he?
Is there anything you want to take off it?
Is there anything that you want to take off it before we take it?
Everything. I want to take everything off it and take it home. So you're taking my property, and I'm doing a conditional acceptance that you can take that on the basis that you pay me £5,000 a day, each and every day until it's returned.
Oh, that's cute. You think they're gonna pay you for the pleasure of crushing your car? Exactly how many crayons do I have to conditionally accept into my mouth to be as delusional as you are?
£5,000 a day until my property is returned. That's my conditional acceptance. Sorry, who did you say you were?
I'm Acting Sergeant James Bishop.
And who is this?
This is one of my colleagues.
Can you identify yourself, please? You're here at the scene?
Already been here.
Is it you that's in? Oh, is it one of
the high angle view?
He doesn't want to give his information. Tell him he's a public servant, and when the public asks, you should volunteer that information.
Well, it's got his child numbers displayed, that's the main thing.
No, when he's asked, you're supposed to reply and say it. Suppose the person can't read.
Projection much?
Here are stealing my property. And
I
they're
think it's
unlawful.
from what I've been told, in case that your property is uninsured.
I don't need insurance to travel. I have a right to travel unimpeded without insurance. I don't need to pay tax. I don't care what it is, it's my private property and nobody has a right to my private property.
Okay.
And I've sent some papers to your chief police officer for him to amend the record so this stuff doesn't happen again.
Okay.
Birmingham have accepted and changed the record. London Metropolitan Borough and London Police, negotiated for them to correct the record so this doesn't happen again. I'm not a person, I'm a living man. All the codes you're purporting to apply, they're for persons. So I'm in a different jurisdiction and you're crossing now to interfere with a living man, and I'll be seeking redress in the High Court, plus the £5,000 a day fee until my private property is returned.
Okay guys, that's the end of the video. The new King of England better get this settled before that $5,000 a day breaks the monarchy's treasury. Or maybe the next time this guy sees his car, it'll be in the shape of a cube. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.
There you saw everybody. With that, we will send you packing for the night. Come on back tomorrow for more from Day One. Have a great night.